Good morning and welcome to SouthernCrossGO News Report for May 2026. So we've got a few interesting stories, so let's get on with it. So first up, we've got a human trafficking ring being caught. So 3 Pakistani nationals identified as SAMS and MWK have been prosecuted by Indonesia's Director General of Immigration for allegedly smuggling people to Australia via eastern sea routes from Indonesia. The suspects reportedly used social media to lure victims with promises of legal departure, accommodating in Tangerang before transported to Maluku in part of their operation. If convicted, the suspects face up to 15 years in prison and a maximum fine of 1.5 billion rupiah. Wow, well, Pakistanis, people smuggling from Indonesia to Australia, promise of it's all legal, and why would you pay someone and then go on a bodgy boat to Australia and think it's all legal? But anyway, they're being caught and they will be prosecuted. All right, rock spiders in Bali. An Australian sex offender found dead in a Bali hotel room. Kenneth Leslie Stearns, a convicted Australian sex offender, was discovered deceased in his hotel room in Denpasar on Wednesday afternoon. The 76-year-old was found on the floor of his room after hotel staff went to remind him to check out. He missed his scheduled checkout time at 12 p.m. They got a locksmith in and got into the room. They found Stearns unresponsive. Despite attempts to revive him, he couldn't be saved. Probably the best thing for him. Nothing was stolen from his room. He was a former Brisbane pharmacist that was imprisoned for grooming a covert police officer who posed as a 14-year-old girl. The East Denpasar police are currently investigating his death, and the Australian Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade offering consular assisted his family. Well, best thing for him, he's gone. You'd be surprised how many rock spiders prey on Asia, you know. They shouldn't let them leave the country of their home country, and they shouldn't let them in if they've got sex offender, child molesting charges and stuff. They just shouldn't be allowed to travel. Anyway, next story. So 50 monks are ready to embark on a walking tour in Indonesia for peace. 50 Buddhist monks will participate in the Indonesia Walk for Peace from Bali to Borobudur Temple in Yogyakarta. Wow, that's a good walk, that one. The spiritual journey set to take place from the 7th of May to the 31st. Well, it's only going to take them 3 weeks. The monks are from Indonesia, Thailand, Laos, Myanmar and Malaysia. The tour will feature various activities including meditation, Dharma classes, environmental campaigns, charity events, cultural festivals and spiritual programs. Tragic turn for an Australian woman in Bali. Family urges support as sister fights for her life. A 29-year-old Australian woman, Lucha Loveday, is battling for her life in a Bali hospital following a catastrophic accident during what was supposed to be a dream holiday. The Brisbane resident was enjoying her trip with a close friend when she suddenly collapsed at a local restaurant, suffering severe head injuries and hitting her head on the table and then the concrete floor. Wow. She faces multiple brain bleeds and skull fractures. Despite being in ICU, Lucia is confused and her memory has been affected. With no travel insurance, here we go, right. With no travel insurance, the Loveday family has set up a GoFundMe account to cover the high medical costs which have already reached over $24,000. The funds will go towards the ICU care and her safe return to Australia. Okay, so an expat from England has been apprehended at Gilimanuk. Apparently he was at Manjangan Dynasty Resort Hotel in Buleleng, North Bali. He was seen walking towards the hotel lobby and a few seconds later he chose to return to his vehicle. Shortly after, a man, also a front office staff member at the hotel, approached him and they had a brief conversation. It's unclear what they discussed, but the expat took a knife from his pocket and stabbed the hotel employee in the chest. After committing the assault, the suspect immediately fled the scene and the hotel security promptly called the police. He was tracked down and found in his vehicle at Gillimanuk, I suppose trying to get the ferry over to Java. The suspect is currently in custody and under investigation by the Criminal Investigation Unit. Further details will be provided later when they know what's happening, I suppose, yeah. Anyway. And one from Bali Immigration. They're onto it at the moment. They're into it. Bali Immigration Authorities detained 62 foreign nationals in a major visa violation operation. So they've been checking people. There was an operation over 20 days. A joint immigration task force of intensive inspections over the past 2 weeks and covered various violations such as visa overstays, misuse of resident permits and unauthorised work and business activities. Okay, so immigration, and they're onto it. So Denpasar Immigration Office investigates 3 foreign nationals caught for prostitution. Now there was 2 Russian women and 1 Nigerian woman caught in Mengwi and in Renon in Denpasar. And they've been caught, detained, and I'm sure they'll be deported. So this month it seems immigration are just right onto everything, aren't they? 3 Chinese nationals were arrested in Bali airport following a high-profile burglary in Bogor, which is in Java. In a significant law enforcement operation, Indonesian police apprehended 3 Chinese citizens suspected of orchestrating a luxury house theft in Bogor. The suspects were arrested while attempting to flee to Malaysia through Bali airport. The burglary, which took place in a high-end residence in Bogor, resulted in substantial losses for the victim. They targeted valuable items such as jewellery, premium electronics and high-value art collections. Okay, so they've been caught and they will be convicted, yes. Plans are underway to relocate the Karabakan prison to Jemberana in northwest Bali, I suppose, yeah. They found some new land. Land spans over 11 hectares. It will be located along the Denpasar Gillimanuk Road. We'll see if that happens. I suppose they've got to build it first and yeah. So the Karabakan prison might just become a hotel, a real hotel, K. Influencers in Bali face a crackdown as immigration authorities target visa violations. The new crackdown in Bali may soon replace your favourite influencers' beach bikini photos with deportation notices. Indonesian immigration authorities have announced a heightened enforcement of visa regulations, specifically targeting content creators who are illegally producing promotional content on the island. For several years, experts have pointed out there's a grey area regarding whether sponsored social media posts or brand collaborations constitute a visa breach. Right, so they're thinking if you're getting paid into a promotion while you're just here on a tourist visa, yeah, you can get in trouble for it. Violations of these terms could lead to severe sanctions, including hefty fines, immediate deportation and potential travel bans. Local news reports indicate that Balinese immigration officers are actively monitoring social media to identify influencers who appear to be working illegally while on tourist visas. Okay. So influencers wishing to create content during their stay in Bali are encouraged to visit the e-visa website to determine whether the appropriate visa needed for their activities. Okay. So watch out, content creators, if you're just here and you've got any sponsorship deals. Okay. Tourists heading to Bali can add a new landmark to their itinerary. The Turiyapada Tower, located in the Bedagur Highlands, was originally built as a telecommunications tower, but local leaders are now working to establish it as a tourism destination on its own, including plans for a cable car ride. Okay, something new in Bedagur. So a Ukrainian citizen sentenced to 8 months in jail for failing to report a marijuana cultivation. So the public prosecutor in Denpasar has sentenced a Ukrainian citizen to 8 months in prison for allegedly allowing her partner to cultivate marijuana in their home in Denpasar. So he'd been caught and she didn't report it. and she got jailed as well. So don't cultivate marijuana in Bali, simple as that. They've also got to pay a 1 billion rupiah fine, and if it's not paid within 1 month, the prosecutor has the authority to confiscate and auction the defendant's property or income to settle the unpaid fine. If the confiscation and auction do not cover the fine, it will be replaced with an additional 80-day prison sentence. Don't grow pot in Bali, simple. Well, here's one for you. Kuta Beach revitalisation plans, aiming for a world-class destination. Kuta is a destination that often invokes strong opinions. However, efforts are underway to transform Bali's most famous beach resort into a world-class attraction. Recent developments indicate that Kuta Beach is on the path to revitalisation. Destinations such as Leon, Seminyak, Canggu and Uluwatu has announced ambitious plans to redevelop Kuta, focusing on enhancing the experience for both local and tourists. Well, we'll see what happens there. I wonder what they're going to do. Clean up the rubbish, maybe. Anyway, it will include widening pedestrian pathways and putting underground utility cables like underground electric. Well, they want to fix up the pathways along the beach. They're still all collapsed from months ago. Anyway, maybe that's part of it. The grand vision includes an 8-metre wide coastal pedestrian path connecting Tuban to Canggu. Well, they've already got the path. It's 3 metres wide, if that, and it's collapsed everywhere. So I really don't know how they're going to fit an 8-metre one in there. But anyway, that's part of the plans. And last but not least, a Canadian national is arrested by the Bulawalang police for allegedly involvement in vandalism in the area. It doesn't really say much about it, just says he's been arrested for vandalism. Okay. Anyway, so that concludes the May news report, and yeah. You know, if you like this sort of stuff, leave it in the comments. If you don't, leave it in the comments. And I'll see you next month for June news report in Bali. Okay, thank you.